Hello, my name is Jim. Welcome to my booktube channel about books, reading and stuff. In this video I want to give you another tag video. This will be CriminOlly's generally speaking tag. CriminOlly, if you don't know his channel, I'll link to it below. He's very into genre fiction, and this is about different genres, but how that these genres can spill over into other genres. I was tagged by Greg of Another Bibliophile Reads, and I'll link to his channel as well below. The first prompt is a horrifying book that isn't horror. For this I would choose the Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. This is the story of a fundamentalist preacher from America who takes his wife and 4 daughters to Congo, and what happens to them there, and it's quite horrifying what they're put through. The father is a little bit crazy, and it's a very difficult place for them to survive with snakes and spiders and all sorts of other creatures. Second prompt, a book with a terrible crime in it that isn't a crime novel. I thought first of all L'étranger by Albert Camus. In this there is a murder, but recently I've been rereading East of Eden by John Steinbeck, and the antagonist in this, Kathy Ames, burnt down her house with her parents locked in it, and she stole the contents of the safe, so that's another one with a horrific crime in it, but it's not a crime novel. If anything, this is the great American novel. Prompt number 3, a book about love that isn't a romance. This one. This is the Bible. This is my Manga Bible. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. And there's the commandment that Jesus gave his disciples, his followers, that you should love your neighbour. I think some people need to be reminded of that commandment. And thy neighbour is not just thy neighbour that looks like thyself, but also your gay neighbour, your lesbian neighbour, your handicapped neighbour, your black neighbour, your Muslim neighbour, your Asian neighbour, your African neighbour, your Native American neighbour. This is a book supposedly about love. Prompt number 4. A book with a puzzle in it that isn't a mystery. For this I choose Chuck Palahniuk's The Fight Club, which seems to be one story at the beginning and then turns into quite a different story, so you need to reread it to see how the puzzle unfolded. We know from the beginning that the narrator is an unreliable narrator. He attends meetings for people with various diseases which he doesn't have. Prompt number 5. A book with magic in that isn't a fantasy. Ollie suggested magic realism. This is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who is the king of magic realism. Strange Pilgrims is a collection of his short stories, and there's one in here I particularly like. Light is like water, where these 2 adolescents in a flat break the light bulb and flood the flat with light, and then they can float their boat on the light. It's very magical, very mystical, but this is not fantasy, this is magic realism. Prompt number 6, a book that thrilled you that isn't a thriller. This one, The Chronothon by Nathan Van Coops. It's a science fiction where there's a game where the characters have a race through different periods of time. They have to go to different periods of time, collect various objects or do various tasks, and to see who's the winner. But there's someone who's bumping off the candidates, and it's a very thrilling read. But it's really in the science fiction genre, not in the thriller genre. And final prompt number 7, a book with science in it that isn't science fiction. Steve Donahue chose all non-fiction for his tackling of the tag, and this is non-fiction, the master algorithm, about how algorithms control our lives and about algorithms in general, but this isn't fiction, this is science fact. Thank you Ollie for this clever tag, thank you Greg for tagging me. If you enjoyed this video you can like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.